remembering that only 5 seconds in. Okay, let's kick on. Now. Guys, I had it all lined up and now it's not working. Oh, no. All right. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Hi and welcome. All right, so today's class is all an intro. We're going to be focusing on the top 10 oils. When you get started with essential oils, it can be really overwhelming because there's so many essential oils out there, and it can be a little bit confusing as to know where is the best place to start. What's the best oils to start with? Now, these 10 oils that we're going to focus on tonight have really been cleverly put together because they are so incredibly versatile. As you'll hear as we go along, you'll hear that one oil does a whole bunch of things. But the reason that this combination of 10 is so incredible is because in conjunction with one another, they work even better and have even more uses that you can use them for. So you'll hear that as we go along as well. So this is where we're going to start. So I'm really, really excited. As I said, if you do have any questions as we go along, feel free to unmute if you're joining us live, or type in the comments in the chat box, and we'll go back and answer those questions. And if you want to share any experiences, if you've perhaps used these oils, feel free to jump in with any story of what you found them to be really great in terms of helping your health and wellness as well. So a little tiny bit about me. My name is Carla. For those of you who have not met me, I am a diamond leader with doTERRA, and I've been using essential oils for a long time. I actually grew up with essential oils. Mum loved them. She used them all the time. So I'm no stranger to essential oils, but Mum was a little bit more into the aromatherapy side of things. So I loved the way that it just made the house smell. She would be just like whipping out peppermint, going, here, use this to get rid of your headache, or clary sage, here, use this for period pain. But in all honesty, this was, showing my age here, like 25 years ago. I didn't have a strong connection with them because sometimes they worked, sometimes they didn't. So I wasn't really convinced so much on are they great and can they really help us for our health and wellness. But I just love the way I felt when I could smell them. Back in the day, we were using like oil burners and things like that. So I grew up, moved out of home, continued to use them. And then about 8-9 years ago, I started just wanting to live a little bit more toxic free. So looking at the chemicals that we had in our house, from the cleaning products that we had in our cupboards, and then that sort of ventured out into skincare and makeup. And then it also was a natural progression to look at how can we support our health and well-being a little bit more holistically. And in this process, I kept hearing about doTERRA essential oils, and I sort of just palmed it off and just brushed it aside when I first came across it. But then I had some really amazing friends who were just like, no, these are different. These are different oils to what you get at the chemist. They're amazing. And so I decided to give it a whirl, probably more as a skeptic, wanting to prove them wrong, that they weren't different. But when I cracked the bottle open and smelt it for the very first time, I was blown away with just how pure and potent they are. They really pack a punch, and I could smell just in that first sniff just how different they were to the oils that I'd grown up with. And I guess that was one of the things that I realized very early on, was I needed very little to get the smell to come out. So back in the day, I'd always be adding more and more oils to the oil burner to get the smell to come back. These bottles really pack a punch, so you only need a few drops. The other thing that I noticed when I started using them, they were very consistent. Every time I used them for a headache, I put some peppermint on my temples, on the back of my neck, my headache would be gone. So that was really amazing. So for about the first 18 months, we used them mainly just for physical health support. So headaches, We use them for helping the kids wind down at night, for sleep, digestive stuff, earaches, sore tummies, all the works. And then after about 18 months, I actually went through a really traumatic event, and which resulted me in just experiencing severe post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, that was a really awful time in my life. And I was quite incapacitated. I couldn't work. I couldn't sleep. When I did sleep, I'd have nightmares. I was really stressed out, couldn't leave the home without having a panic attack. Was really just not in a good place. And I was relying on my friends and family to support me and help get me out of the house every single time I had to take the kids to school, or, you know, doing all those sorts of things. And as an independent woman, it really was like just another layer on top of the heaviness that PTSD is, in that I was needing to rely on other people, and I hated that. So when I pulled a bottle of frankincense and I just smelt it from the bottle when I was in a bit of a tricky moment, and just feeling myself come back down to my body and just be really present and not just like wrapped in fear, I just thought, this is amazing. And for the first time in that PTSD journey, I had a little bottle. I had something that I could use to empower myself. I didn't need to reach to my husband to help me in a tricky moment. I could use these oils myself. So that felt really empowering, to be able to have these little tools in my toolkit. And so once I got through that, I decided I really wanted to pay it forward to help other people feel just as empowered as I do in my health. So I decided, you know, I don't do things by halves. I just decided to jump into the business and start teaching classes about how people can use these oils, not for extreme things necessarily like I went through, but just everyday things, and how they can be the healer in their own homes. And in doing that, I met some amazing people, which you can see pictured here. This was taken at our Australian convention last year. Our team is a lot bigger now, but we obviously couldn't get together this year. But these are some of my beautiful leaders in our team, and we just have the most amazing community and such a beautiful culture, and it's just something so special to be a part of and journey together, all of these people, helping other people learn about essential oils too. So before we go any further, what I thought we would do is just go through, just check in, because I really like to structure my classes and share information that's really relevant for the people that are on this call, on this Zoom right now. So, because there's no point in me talking about how amazing lavender is for sleep if there's somebody here that really suffers with irritated skin and eczema and things like that, because I could share with you how we could use lavender for those things. So I'm going to take a moment right now just to stop talking for a tick and give you a chance to write in the chat box what your top 3 challenges are when it comes to supporting your health. What are the things that cause you the most grief? Let's get the chat box up so I can see. If anyone wants to unmute, you can, of course, you can do that as well. So we've got anxiety, stress and sleep, pain and inflammation, anxiety again, chronic fatigue, so energy levels, anxiety, sleep, pain, hormones, depression, anxiety, grief, tiredness, immune support, allergies, sleep. So quite a few common things coming up here: sleep, anxiety, pain, seems to be popping up a bit. So I can absolutely speak to those things as we go along today. So thanks for sharing with that, with with all of that. It really helps me to make this really relevant for you guys. So if you're brand new to essential oils, you may be like me and be going like, when I first started, I'm like, but you know, what are essential oils and what do I actually do with them? Like, what do you mean there's more to them than just sticking them in a diffuser? Because honestly, that's all I thought that they were good for. But there's actually 3 different ways that you can use essential oils. So the first way is aromatic use. So this is any kind of application that involves smelling, inhaling the oils. So simply taking off the bottle of the cap off the bottle, smelling it from the bottle, putting a drop in your hands, rubbing your hands together, smelling it like that, putting it in the diffuser, of course, putting a drop on a tissue and smelling it like that. Any kind of way that it gets the aroma up your nostrils is aromatic use. And this is a really, really powerful way to influence things like emotions. It actually bypasses the thinking center of the brain and helps to shift negative emotions and promote positive emotions before we even recognize the smell, which is really, really incredible. By doing that too, it's a really gentle way that you can subtly influence the mood of a household. So if hubby comes home from work in an absolute stinker of a mood, you can pop some oils in there that's just going to calm him right down. Whatever. If you've got some bad news to break, perhaps you've overexpended on the online shopping and you need to come clean about that, you know, put some citrus oils in there to put him in a good mood. There's so many different ways you could use this, but it's also a really good one for memory, for focus. So there's some ways that I really love to use my oils aromatically. The other way is topical application. So this is applying any essential oils directly onto your skin. So one thing to remember with your topical application is I always recommend to dilute with some fractionated coconut oil. Now this is, when I say diluting it doesn't mean it dilutes its effectiveness. This basically just helps the oil, drives it deeper into the body from the top layers of the skin. So, and it does just that, like it helps to carry the oil around your body. You do not need very much of this on your skin, just a few drops. So there's no point in splashing it around, you're just wasting your money. So the carrier oil will help to spread the oil around your body to where it needs to go. It's also really good to do if you've got skin sensitivities, so you can effectively not irritate your skin when you're using them as well. Some places to apply your oils are on the soles of your feet. Really, really great place to put them if you don't like the smell of an oil. You can still put them on the soles of your feet, put your shoes and socks on, get on with your life, and the oils will just do their magic. Wrists, pulse points, other great, and just behind the ear as well is another good place to put them as well. Just make sure, just going back to that slide, just make sure when you are putting oils on topically that you keep your oils away from your eyes, ears, pits and bits. You do not want oils in those places. If you do accidentally, say if like I've just got a bit of a headache, so I've put some peppermint on, and if I forgot to wash my hands and I accidentally rubbed my eye, don't grab water and flush your eye with that. Grab some carrier oil, whatever's closest. If you're in the kitchen, grab your olive oil, whatever, and wipe it away with that because it'll dilute the oil, become a lot more comfortable a lot more quickly. The third way to use your oils is for flavoring. So there's some great oils that you can add in cooking. So you can add them to stir fries, into soups, dips, cakes, slices, even just adding them to your water or a soda water just to jazz it up a little bit is a great way to get oils just to flavour them in those as well. So there's some beautiful recipes that I'll share with you in a moment. So let's get stuck straight in to our first oil, which is peppermint. So peppermint is a real pick-me-up. It's the one that puts a bit of pep in your step. So for those of you who said that energy is something that they struggle with. If you're feeling tired a lot of the day, perhaps you wake up with a bit of a foggy brain and you're sluggish in the morning, or maybe it hits 3 o'clock and you're fighting off that 3:30 itis that comes along. Just inhaling peppermint is really awakening and very uplifting and just helps to reawaken your mind. It's also very cooling. So a really great one to use to cool the body down. So if you ever have like a high temperature, dilute it with some fractionated coconut oil and run it up and down your back. This is what we did for my daughter one day when her temp was getting a little high, when she was a little under the weather. And rather than what we normally used to do, which was to reach for the paracetamol, I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to give this a try. I didn't really have great hopes for it, to be honest. But I just thought, I got nothing to lose. I'll just give it a go. And within 20 minutes, her temperature was normal again. Within about 2 hours, it started to creep up again, and then we just reapplied. Now, this is what I love about essential oils. You're not locked into, you can only give this many applications a day or use this many drops a day, or you can only do it every 4 hours or something like that. Oils are there to be used and are most effective when they're used as often as needed. With frequent use, with consistent use comes consistent results. So it might be a little bit of a deconditioning to step out of the I'll do this and it should last 4 hours kind of model that we've perhaps grown up with, but I can assure you that it's a really effective and powerful way that you can support your body through a whole heap of things that it might be faced with. This is one that I love to diffuse with some wild orange or lemon in the mornings. It's really beautiful. It's also really good for getting rid of ants if you've got an ant problem. And it's great for soothing a sore tummy as well, just putting some peppermint on your tummy. But even better, actually, before I say that, you can also add it to a cup of tea if you're like, instead of like a peppermint tea. But just remember, 1 drop is equivalent to the 28 cups of peppermint tea on a therapeutic, scale. So you don't need very much. So that's why these little bottles here are so cost effective, because you don't need very much at all for them to do what they need to do. Now, as I say that, I do sort of premise this information that we're sharing tonight. It is specific to doTERRA essential oils for a couple of reasons. One, because this is what I'm most familiar with. This is the brand that I've chosen to align myself with. It's the brand that I put 100% confidence in, but it's also, for those reasons, it's also the brand that I know is pure and potent. There are lots of essential oils out there. You can get oils from Kmart, you guys, but if you go to Kmart and you see the essential oil peppermint and it's $4 and it says not to be taken internally, that to me is a bit of a red flag. The sad thing is that with essential oils, there's no regulated industry, which means that only 3%, when a company says pure essential oil, only 3% of what's inside that bottle needs to be pure. The rest of it is normally made up of synthetic fillers, which is a lot cheaper for the company to produce, so then they can just profit the rest. But when you're buying doTERRA essential oils, you are getting 100% pure therapeutic grade essential oils. So please, when you hear me talk about this information tonight, know that this information and how you use these oils is specific to doTERRA, because I'm not responsible for anyone that grabs anything from the chemist or the health food shop or Kmart and puts it in their water and just like, oh my goodness. All right, so another oil, here's peppermint. So here's some recipes that you can use, like a cooling spray. This is really good. My mum loves this for like menopause. You can spray it on your chest, or just spray it into your hands and put it on the back of your neck or your forehead. Really good for women that are going through the change and the hot flashes. And you can add it to bliss balls. Delicious. Some beautiful diffuser blends here as well. So we've got peppermint, lemon, rosemary in the Energizer blend. Easy air, breathe easy with peppermint and easy air, which is pretty cool. So I mentioned that peppermint's really great for soothing your tummy. This blend is probably even better again. It's got peppermint in it, but it's also got a bunch of other oils in there, like coriander, ginger, fennel, caraway, tarragon. So a really great blend of tummy taming essential oils. So really we like to call this blend the whole to whole blend, because it does anything from the mouth down and out the other end. So think of heartburn, reflux, bloating, any kind of indigestion, gas it can help with as well. What else? Constipation, diarrhea. Now the way that works is it helps the body come back into homeostasis, so back into balance. So it might sound funny that the same oil can be both useful for constipation and diarrhea, but that's the way these oils work. They bring the body back into balance. So if things are happening too quickly, it'll help bring the body to slow that down, so you're not sitting on the toilet all day. But if you are not going to the toilet enough, it's going to help, start to waken everything up and push things through. So a really, really effective blend. And for nauseousness as well. So any feelings of nauseousness, whether it's hangover, morning sickness, travel sickness, gastro, doesn't really matter. Really good for taming the tummy. Side note, if I know a few of you said feeling stressed or anxious, sometimes that can present physically in our bodies as well. So for me, if I'm feeling really stressed, sometimes it'll present as butterflies in my tummy. If I'm really stressed, it'll literally push everything out. So I'll feel like I'll just need to go to the toilet all the time. Don't know if anyone feels comfortable in sharing where they're at with that, but if you do find that stress or anxiety presents in that way in your body, Digestin can really help with that as well. Calm those little butterflies. So this is a digestive.
Carla, I don't know if you can see my chat. I just want to add, amazing for sinuses as well.
Yeah.
Any sinus issues, great along the bridge of the nose.
Yeah. Yeah. It is really good. There's some other blends that we use, and I was really surprised when one of my friends just like, oh no, Digestin is really, really amazing. And she found it so good with like hay fever. She gets chronic, what's it called? Rhinitis, is it? Any like congestion in her sinuses. And she, just raves about Digestin. Thanks for adding that in, Angela. That's awesome.
I just want to say, it's the only thing that works for my sinus pain, and I put it around my navel. I can't remember if I saw that in a book or, but that's the only way, apart from taking like Nurofen, and it gets rid of the pain straight away. It's like amazing.
So good.
Yeah, I know, right?
Sorry, I thought, was that Angela?
Okay.
I'm like, oh, I'm going on crazy.
I just think that one's worth noting, and it's such a strange spot to put it, but it works so well. So if anyone gets sinus pain, it's like amazing for that.
Awesome. All right, try that one. Thank you. You can also make it as a travel roller if you do get prone to travel sickness. Just put it in a nice little convenient roller bottle like this, and just add your oils to that, so it's already made up. You don't need to be squirting bottles of fractionated coconut or anything. So you'll see little roller blend recipes that you can make up, and there's some diffuser blends as well. A motion minimizer, so you could diffuse that in the car if you're prone to travel sickness, or put it on some tissues if you're out on a boat, or not that anyone's flying in a plane, but one day. All right, lemon. So for those of you who said energy levels, lemon is a really great one to use for just really kickstarting energy. Also amazing for focus and concentration. And one that I would really couple with peppermint. Peppermint helps to waken everything up. Lemon will help keep you really energized and clear of any kind of mental fog. It's also a great way to start the day. So I'm not sure if anyone does like lemon in the morning, like lemon juice in the morning, lemon and water. But this is a great alternative to that, a whole lot cheaper as well. So all you do is add 1 to 2 drops of lemon in your water and just drink that first thing in the morning. It's a really good way to kickstart the digestive system, an amazing way to detox. It's lemon's a natural detoxifier, which is really good to just do that on the daily. But the benefit of it is 1 drop of lemon is about 4 cents. So a really cheap way to get the same results. Plus, if you are visiting a friend one day, you could just add a drop of that instead of packing, like my mum, she used to pack a lemon and a lemon squeezer when she went away anywhere. She takes her lemon water very seriously. Yeah, lemon's also really just amazing just to get rid of any kind of odors from the air. So you can even add a couple of drops to like a little dish of bicarb soda and put it wherever somewhere is smelly. Under teenage boys' bed is a good place to get rid of smells. Or in the laundry, if you've got like cat litter there, it's really good to get rid of odors and smells. So here's some beautiful ways that you can add it to a beautiful honey ginger lemonade, which is really lovely. And we've also got an all-purpose cleaner, because lemon's a really good one at cutting through grease. And just getting rid of, it's a really good one for DIY cleaning, and you will save so much money making your own cleaning products just with using essential oils. Some diffuser blends with lemon. Lemon, that first one, that Energizer one, peppermint, lemon and rosemary. If you have got kids at home at the moment and you're doing home learning, this is a great blend to have on. It helps keep everyone happy, but also everyone really focused and just brain switched on and concentrating well. And then we've also got Germs Be Gone with On Guard, peppermint and lemon. That's a really good combo as well. Okay, tea tree. You'll see the bottle here says Melaleuca. It's the same thing, just in America they call it Melaleuca. Us Aussies call it tea tree. This is a really good one for the first aid kit. So it's antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial, and just it's all the antis. So it's going to keep all the nasties away. So a really good one for funky feet issues. So tinea, athlete's foot, any kind of funky toenail situations. You could combine it with some oregano and put that on your toes, and that's going to clear things up really, really well. My cousin tried this and she told her mum, because her mum had a really funky big toenail. and my auntie's just like, she was so excited that she wanted to send me a photo of it, and she wanted to upload it to our members only Facebook group. And like, I didn't have a problem with that, but my cousin was mortified, and she's just like, you cannot put your manky toe up there. And she goes, but look at the difference, it's not like that anymore. But she was so excited, so funny. Tea tree is also really great for any kind of skin things. So especially when you couple it with lavender and frankincense, which are 2 other oils in the top 10 that we'll talk about in a moment. So things like psoriasis, eczema, dermatitis, coupling tea tree, lavender and frankincense together and applying it to the skin. So lavender will help take the itch and that irritation out of there. It will really calm the skin right down. Tea tree, when we get broken skin, it's prone to secondary infections. So tea tree actually makes sure that there's nothing nasty lurking around and the skin's not going to get really red and inflamed. Frankincense then is also reduces inflammation from the skin, and it also promotes the skin to regenerate and to heal really well. So that's a really good combo that you can try. Tea tree is also great for cleaning as well, because it's all the antis. It gets rid of germs so well. So you can use it in your like cleaning, like DIY toilet spray or DIY just all-purpose spray. Here's a recipe for some cleaning pods, as well as you've got some makeup removal wipes. You could use this. I personally like to add some lavender into this as well, and that's really lovely. And then some combos in the diffuser. So lavender, tea tree, and lemon is a really fresh one. And then clean bathroom with eucalyptus. Oh my God, it's another one of my faves. Okay, when it comes to supporting our immune system, this is the big guns. This is the one that you want to whip out. It's probably not the best smelling oil. There's not many people that smell it and just are just like, oh my goodness, this smells amazing. They know it's a kind of oily smell, and you're like, you know it's good for you, you know, that kind of smell. It's very strong. In fact, you can, like, because it's any herb oil, where you'd use oregano on a pizza base or in a pasta sauce, spaghetti bolognese. You can use the essential oil in there as well, but one drop might be plenty. So sometimes what you can do is just stick a toothpick in there and then just swish it around your tomato sauce. And if you want to add more, you can. Once you've got the drops in there, you can't take them out. I'm not sure if Stella's on here to be able to chat. So I know she's got an amazing story about, let me just see, I thought I saw her face before. No, she must have had to jump off. That's okay. She shared the other week that she made spaghetti for her family and accidentally put 2 drops in, and her family refused to eat it because it was just so strong and potent. So it is serious when we say, please just err on the side of caution, and you can just start out with less. But it's amazing for supporting our immune system. So they've done studies where they've got 2 petri dishes with a like a bacterial infection or something in them, and then it was bacterial, and then they've treated one with antibiotics and the other one with oregano. The one with oregano just wiped it out completely. The one with antibiotics still had a few bits and pieces left in there. So they halved the amount of oregano. Same thing happened, just wiped it out. Halved it again, wiped it out. So it's really, really amazing for supporting our immune system. It's actually known as like nature's antibiotics when it comes to what it can do to help us be really healthy and get rid of any nasties that are lingering around. So there's a blend that I really like to make up. Here's some yummy recipes. Spaghetti bolognese, add it to that. Add it to your Italian bread dip. But there's some diffuser blends, or you can make these up as roller blends as well. But the roller blend that I love to make up for our family is 5 drops of each of these 5 oils, and they're all 5 from the top 10 that we're talking about tonight. So 5 drops of oregano, on guard, lemon, tea tree, and frankincense, and then just fill the rest of that roller bottle up with fractionated coconut oil, and then you just roll that up and down your spine, roll it on the bottoms of your feet at the first sign that you're getting unwell, that tickly, scratchy throat or the sniffly nose, and you'll be surprised just how many times it never eventuates to anything. And I've just stopped ruling it out as a coincidence now, but I'll let you journey that path for yourself, but experiment and play. But it really is amazing at supporting our immune system. Ice Blue. Okay, so Ice Blue is an amazing blend of oils that was really cleverly put together to help support our muscles when we've got tired, tight, sore, achy muscles. Okay, just have a look at the chat. I can see there's chat going on here. 5 drops oregano, 5 drops on guard, Awesome. I love that. It's so hard for me to keep an eye on the chat and look at what's on my screen, so I'm apologizing. But if there's anything majorly important, feel free to unmute or just say, hey, come back, Carla. I appreciate you writing that down. Thank you, Kerry. Does anyone want to share anything about Ice Blue before I get stuck into the nitty-gritty of it all? Anyone want to be brave and unmute and share a story about how they use Ice Blue?
I will. So I do remedial massage, but a couple of weeks ago, I actually do pole dancing.
Yep.
And as my sport, and I dislocated my kneecap during pole, and so I had to use Ice Blue and wintergreen and my strapping techniques and stuff, and I had no pain. Even though my kneecap had completely dislocated and popped back on, I didn't have any pain, and it just because there was no pain, like I was able to continue moving my leg as it should be in the normal motion, so that it didn't make the issue worse. So eventually it got better a lot quicker than what it would before.
So cool. Love it. We use it a fair bit. I'm not that athletic, you guys, but I do love it because I do spend a fair bit of time at my computer having a bit of a desk job. So for me, sitting scrunched up over the keyboard, if I'm doing long periods of that, I find I get quite tight in my neck and my shoulders. So Ice Blue has been really amazing just for just easing that tension and that tightness that can kind of accumulate there. But it's also really great, as Beck mentioned, just like for sports recovery. So even just pre-workout as well as post-workout, really beautiful, because it helps reduce any kind of aches and pains from joints as well as muscle as well. So you can apply it directly onto the area, but you can also put it on the soles of your feet, because the oils work in a systemic way, meaning they'll go all throughout your system and go where they're actually needed. So you can couple them with a few different bottle blends, like this travel roller, really, really great. Oh, actually, that's the wrong slide. That's not the right slide for that. This is a different slide. I'm going to fix that for the next time we do this. This is the one I want. So some different diffuser blends that we can do. So into the blue, Aroma Touch, Balance and Ice Blue. So good. Adding lavender and frankincense to a blend is really great, because lavender will calm you, but also frankincense helps reduce inflammation from any tired joints as well. Okay, On Guard is a really great blend for supporting your immune system. So it's got things like cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, rosemary, as well as wild orange. To me, this one smells like Christmas in a bottle. It's just such a beautiful blend. We even add it to like apple pies and apple crumbles. It's really, really yummy. Kate, are you there? Lovely. Do you mind sharing? Have you got a story that you'd like to share about On Guard?
I've used it's a good one. Yeah, we use it a lot for cleaning. So we use it in our house in all of my cleaning products. I make all my cleaning products and I use it for that. What else do we use it for? We always have it in the diffuser every night. So if it's the oil we use in our diffuser, say like in the afternoon, and then in the evening we use like a bedtime blend. But yeah, especially during this time, I use it when I'm working in clinic with my clients, just to make, obviously not now unfortunately, but when I have a lot of people coming through, I also make up a spray and I use it in between clients. So it kind of like, it also, I feel like it cleanses the room as well before then it cleanses the energy out as well before the next client comes in.
Yep.
I
use it for so
sounds like a bit of a staple in your house.
Definitely for cleaning, because I literally put it in every single cleaning product that I make because it's easy and it smells beautiful. I love the smell of it.
Yeah.
Even my son, I actually even gave one to my grandma who's really hard to kind of get onto the natural therapies. You know, she has lots of natural therapies, but she's not sure about the oils.
Yeah.
And when she was really unwell, I was rolling it under her feet, and she was blown away by that. So that was a really nice experience for her to see how much they actually work.
Yeah.
It was really, it was really special. So that's
So
a nice
good.
one. So now she does have a bottle in her house, which I'm very proud of. So there you go.
I love it. So good. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, we do love it if someone's getting a little bit unwell, or even like if you're getting a sore throat, just putting a drop in water and gargling that, because it's got cinnamon and clove in there. Not only do they help to get rid of any nasties lurking around, but they'll help to numb it, so it'll just bring you a little bit of relief there as well.
We also make, I forgot, this is a really good one too, like little gummies,
Yeah.
like green gummies, and I make them for my son because if anything looks like a lolly, he'll eat it. So that's a way I can make sure I put it in when it's just cooling, so it doesn't get rid of the therapeutic benefits.
Yeah, nice one.
They're just lolly, so it's good. He eats them. So
I think the hardest part of them is trying to make them last and not having them all gobbled up at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So if you're into yummy things, this is the recipe, you guys. On Guard pancakes. So it's really, really simple, really, really clean and nice. It's just a really good for you recipe, this one. But I really recommend giving this one a go because it's so delicious. And then we've got some diffuser blends. So, you know, there's so many different combinations. This one here is a really good one if you're feeling unwell, you've got coughs and colds, breathe well. Just got On Guard and Easy Air, and they're nice and simple. Speaking of Easy Air, this is Easy Air. So this is a blend that's made up of lots of different oils. So you've got laurel leaf, peppermint, eucalyptus, tea tree, lemon, cardamom, and Ravensara and Ravensara. They're very different. Same plant, grown in different locations. And because they've been grown in different places, they've got slightly different chemical constituents, which is pretty cool. So this blend here is really great support for the respiratory system. So coughs, colds, congestion in your sinuses, you could use Easy Air or you could use Digestin. You could just mix them up between the two. And it's also really great for, I know a few of you said feeling anxious and feeling stressed. If stress presents in the chest, perhaps you are feeling like you can't breathe very deeply, or you're just feeling a bit like tight in the chest from just that heaviness of anxiety sitting there. Easy Air is a really good one, especially with frankincense. So frankincense really calming and grounding. Easy Air then helps to open up the airways. In the emotions book, it actually talks about Easy Air being linked to the lung. And if you know just something a little bit about traditional Chinese medicine, emotions and things are linked back to our organs. So often coughs and things that get congested in the lungs is not processing the emotion of grief, sadness, sorrow. Those kinds of things can really sit heavy on our lungs. So Easy Air is a really good one if you are feeling sad, if you are feeling just down and overcome with grief. It's a really good one. In the emotions book, it talks about how Easy Air helps to allows you to breathe life in again and to exhale and to just let it go. So sometimes when we are stressed or when we are holding on to grief, we do tend to not breathe as deeply, and our lungs can just be really quite squashed. So Easy Air is really beautiful for that. Also a really good one to have on hand come seasonal threats, allergy season. I'm not sure if that started yet, It hasn't hit me yet, but normally around August when we were living in Victoria, sometime mid to late August, it would start for me. So you can make your own chest rubs with just some beeswax, or even just some coconut oil, really simple one. And this is another really good one to use for sleep because it helps to elongate the breath, so it helps you to breathe deeper. It's a really good one to put on at bedtime. So you could add it to like a diffuser blend for sleep. So add it with lavender and easy air, maybe chuck some peace blend in there as well. And it's really, it will help you to breathe deeper and have a really good quality sleep. Okay, this is our last oil of the top 10. So I absolutely love this oil because there are so many different oils and blends. I often get asked, you know, if there was just one, what would it be? If I could only have one oil, what would it be? And this would be it, hands down. And that's because, so many reasons, but because it does so many things, you really can't go wrong. It's so versatile. It helps to reduce inflammation from our body. It's an immune stimulant, so it really supports us, our immune system. It helps with brain function. It's really amazing for our blood. It's incredible for our skin. It's really good for soothing and calming anxious feelings. So just a really amazing oil to have on hand. So how do the oils actually work? Okay, so when the way these oils come in these bottles is they all come from plants. So frankincense, for example, comes from a frankincense tree. Now, the way they get the oil from the tree, they don't actually cut it down. They just give the tree a little score, and the tree's immune response to that is to ooze out sap. That's its way of healing itself. Once that sap is dried, they take that sap away, and here on the left-hand side, you'll see these little dried up sap. They call these tears frankincense tears because the tree literally cries. And they take the frankincense tree tears, and then they extract the oil from the resin here, from the frankincense tears. And that's how they come to be in these little bottles. Now, the way that we use frankincense, one of the ways is if we have a cut, if our skin is trying to repair, frankincense is a great one to reach for because it helps the skin to repair. It helps reduce the appearance of scar tissue. So you can see the parallels between how we can use frankincense and how frankincense has these beautiful properties that it has just within it, and how it uses it to regenerate and rejuvenate itself. Pretty amazing. Nature is incredible. So there's a beautiful nourishing skin serum here that you can make, or a cracked heel balm, really incredible for your skin. Frankincense also really great for reducing appearance of fine lines and wrinkles by boosting collagen production. Just a really great one. And I don't know what it is about frankincense, but I've got 4 blends here for diffuser blends, but you could pretty much add frankincense to any oil blend, any combo of oils, and it will make it smell 10 times better. It's just the most incredible oil. So my friends, that is a quick walkthrough of the top 10 essential oils that we have, which is pretty exciting. So you're probably wondering how you get started. So there's a few ways to get started. The first way is retail, just buying your oil at retail prices. To be honest with you, I'm not even going to waste your time by talking about that because nobody does it. And why would you when you can get your oils at wholesale prices? So you can become a wholesale member. That doesn't mean that you need to sell the oils or anything. It just means that you get to enjoy the 25% off as a wholesale member. You can also become a wholesale member and have points as well, which we'll get onto in a moment. So a few different ways that you can start. You can actually start, I'll go back here. You can actually start with buying a wholesale membership for $35, a little bit like a Costco membership where you pay your membership each year and then you get to pick and choose whichever oils you want and you get to enjoy the 25% discount. So that's one way of starting it. But if you are brand new to doTERRA essential oils, the most popular ways to start is by grabbing one of these starter packs. There's lots more starter packs to choose from, but I'm just going to point out 3 because these 3 have all the 10 oils that we've talked about tonight in tonight's class. So the most wanted kit is the one on the left, the Nature's Solution Kit. This has got the 10 oils in there, plus some really great additional oils and blends that people quite often want beyond the 10, like Clary Calm, Aroma Touch, Lemongrass, things like that. But it's also got some low-tox products that you can help to start switching some products in your home to live a more low-tox, holistic lifestyle. If that's a bit out of your budget, a lot of people, I would say perhaps 80% of people start with the Home Essentials kit. So this is a fantastic kit because it comes with the top 10 oils that we've talked about tonight, plus a diffuser. So you can diffuse your oils for sleep and energy and focus, and just making sure everyone's happy. And that kit there is $339. Now, if you were to buy those oils individually at retail price, that would be about $600 worth. So by buying them in a pack like this, you do save a lot of money. They do discount them as well as giving you that ongoing membership to be able to purchase. If you choose thereafter, there's no expectation that you purchase ever again if you don't want to, although a lot of people do, but it's totally up to you. The third one here is your Family Essentials Kit. So similar to the Home Essentials Kit, the Family Essentials Kit has the same 10 oils in there, but the only difference is, one, it doesn't have a diffuser, so you're just getting the essential oils. And the other difference is that with the family, I'm not sure if you can see my little screen here, but with the Family Essentials Oil Kit, you're getting the 5 ml bottles as opposed to your 15 ml bottles in the Home Essentials Kit. So 5 ml has approximately 85 drops. The 250 ml has approximately the 15 ml has approximately 250 drops. So basically, you're getting 3 times as much with the 15 ml bottle. So for the price difference, 184, that might be actually, I might have done a typo. Yeah, no, that's right, 184 to 339. For the price difference, it is more effective, cost effective and better value to get the Home Essentials Kit because you are getting 3 times as much. Now, just to let you know the value of that, a bottle of frankincense retails for around about $120. Frankincense retails for $120. So by getting the Home Essentials Kit, you're getting frankincense, 9 other oils, and your diffuser for $339. So it's really, really great, great value. That's why people often get that one. I did mention too, you can also get wholesale with points. So if you are wanting to really make a really big impact on your health and wellness, grabbing the Nature Solution Kit at $635, but also comes with 100 credit points, which is about $130, $140 worth of credit that you get to use anytime within the next 12 months, which is pretty awesome too. So there's some great ways to start. So where to from here? So all you need to do is contact the person who invited you to this class, and they're going to be there to support you and answer any questions that you might have around any of the oils that we've talked about, or perhaps you've got specific needs and you're not sure which way to start. They're going to be your best person to guide you as to which is the way for you to start that would be best suited for your needs. So they'll be reaching out and touching base with you to see if you've got any questions. But it's just such an awesome time to get started because, and I'll go back one slide, there's a special promotion that's on right now for anyone who gets the Nature Solution kit, a Home Essentials kit, or any other custom made kit that adds up to 200 PV. doTERRA have got a promotion where you can get, I think it'll be about over $100 worth of freebies. So Copaiba soft gels, which are incredible for supporting our immune system, really great for UTIs, a whole bunch of things. So you'll get that, the Copaiba oil, plus a limited edition oil of yellow mandarin as well. So that's just for when you get started with the Nature Solution or the Home Essentials kit. So from here, touch base with the person that invited you to this call. Hi again. And they'll be able to support you from there. Does anyone have any questions before we wrap it up for tonight? No, I've just been talk at you. You're all so quiet. It scares me when you're quiet. You all sound like you're pretty good. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for spending tonight with me. It's always lovely to, I hope that because when I share my screen, you guys, I can't see your faces. So when I stop sharing my screen, I always hope that there's someone still listening. So I'm really glad that you stuck around. And like I said, go back to the person that invited you to this call and they'll be able to help you from there. But thank you so much for joining me, and we look forward to helping you in your oily journey. All right, guys.
Thanks, Carla.
See ya.